3, 2, 1, and action. Heidi ho there. So I have seen around people talking about 50 random things about me. So I thought about it and I thought, what are 50 random things about me? So I've compiled a list of 50 random things about me. How many times can I say that? Oh my gosh. I have compiled a list and I will share them with you so that you can also know 50 random things about me. Number 1, I hate brown M&Ms. I think they are a waste. It doesn't make sense to me why you have brown chocolate covered in a brown candy and you put it in a bag with brown chocolate covered in colorful candy. So why don't you just leave out the brown ones and just keep the other colorful ones and everybody will be happy. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't eat those ones. I hate peanut butter. I think it is super disgusting. I've been in situations where friends have eaten it on toast and they've been around me and I've had to use all my control to not want to walk away because I hate the smell so much. I'm very particular about how I have my socks. I don't like it when the seams are off and then I'm walking on the seam. If that happens, then it'll drive me nuts for the rest of the day. I don't like chocolate, and I get a lot of hate for that actually, surprisingly. I also don't like coffee because it's ew. I don't like the cold, and I get cold really easily, even though I'm from Canada. Every night I sleep an average of about 6 hours a night. I listen to music in more languages than I do in English. Indian, Spanish, French, Portuguese, doesn't matter, probably have listened to it. I've always wanted to be Indian. Ever since I was a kid, I've been in love with the Indian culture, the clothes, the food, and everything. When somebody would ask me, Victoria, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would be like, I want to be Indian. And I didn't like spicy food. Little 5-year-old, 6-year-old me had a little pep talk with myself and I said, Victoria, Indian food is spicy. And if you want to be Indian, you have to learn how to like spicy food. So I've practiced and now I can eat super spicy food and I love all Indian foods. I still am in love with the culture, in love with the language, in love with the place and everything. And I just think it's all amazing. I want a black Corvette. Not a red one, not a white one, not a white and black striped. I just want a pure black Corvette and a new one, like a new Corvette. I just want a pure black new Corvette. So if anybody wants to gift one to me, I'd be totally okay with that. I have never broken a bone before. Hopefully it won't start now. I've only been to the hospital for an injury once, and that was because I had to get 2 stitches on my thumb. You can't see them, I don't know why I did that. I was cutting a watermelon and the knife slipped and hit my thumb and it was super close to my tendon. If it was any further down, it would have actually cut my tendon and then I would have had to been in a cast for a couple weeks and my hand would have been like this and I wouldn't have been able to move my thumb. And 1 week after I did this, I had a ballet recital, and if I had a cast on my thumb, my ballet teacher would not have been happy at all. I am not superstitious, but I always say knock on wood, and I always do it. But it doesn't mean anything to me, I still do it anyways. Ironically, that's number 13 on my list. I am a controlled shopaholic who hates the mall, and online shopping is very dangerous for me. I hate the mall, that's a fact. I just hate it. Even if I'm shopping just completely for myself, I can only be there for a short amount of time before I want to lose my mind. I am a compulsive gum chewer. Black is my favorite color, even if it isn't a color. Black and red, actually. Black and red are my favorite colors. And pink. And purple. And white. I really like gray. My biggest phobia is of sharks and the ocean. I can't even swim in lakes because of my phobia of sharks, even though I know they're not there. The whole idea of just not knowing what's below me just really throws me off. And then I'll have panic attacks in the middle of the lake and it is not fun. However, I think sharks in the ocean are actually really cool. I'm super cliche and I love watermelon, I like fried chicken, I like jerk chicken, and I really like purple Kool-Aid. I am double jointed in my arms and I can pop out my elbows. I have controlled OCD, as you can tell by the fact that I really like my socks to be a very particular way, but I've controlled myself, so I'm not as bad as I could be. So that's good. I have a bunny, and his name is Marbles. He's kind of a moody guy. Sometimes he's really sweet and sometimes he's really cranky. I am a Canadian who despises hockey. I don't like it, I don't like watching it, and I don't really have any time for it at all. I don't really care, but I love sports, just not hockey. I used to like it though. It's just recently I'm like, no, not doing it for me. When I was growing up, I always wanted to be 5'10" because then I could be in the tall people's club. There's actually a club for tall people and you have to be 5'10" to get in. And I am 5'9.5". I know a lot of different flags from a lot of different countries, even some random ones. I used to act, and I've acted ever since I was a child, but I don't do it anymore. And so now I am a retired actor. When I was a kid, my laugh used to sound like a machine gun. That's actually how I laughed. I am right-handed. I can pick up things and move them with my feet. That's weird. I love cooking and I love baking. I have been to more places in the world than I have in my own province. I have a dream to live on a hut on a beach. I really want to live in a treehouse in Africa as well. The first place I ever wanted to go to in the world was Africa. Actually, Kenya, Africa to be more specific. I've been in love with safaris ever since I was a child. Other than Canada, I have lived in Melbourne, Australia, and I lived in the south of Spain. Lions and elephants are 100% my favorite wild animal. House cats are my favorite non-wild animal. However, I have a huge case of puppy fever, so I want a puppy. Tennis and football are my favorite sports, otherwise known as soccer to some, but football. Tennis and football are my favorite sports. I love to dance. I have been dancing since I was a child. I even started dancing to the beat of the dishwasher when I was a baby in my little diaper. I have danced many dances over the course of my life, and I started dancing when I was a baby. However, I also started salsa dancing as a baby. I've been in the film industry practically all of my life, and I've been in a total of 6 different departments. I love candles. I wanted to see the Lion King musical for 10 years before I actually saw it, and it came to Vancouver in 2015, and on the opening scene, I cried. Princess Tiana is my favorite princess. I've been into photography for many years. I've played many instruments over the years, but none have stuck. I've tried piano, violin, trumpet, saxophone, and the recorder. I used to have super long hair. Came down to here. And then I cut it last summer and I donated it to cancer. I wrote a letter to them saying I would love to meet the person that actually received my hair in the wig, and I sent photos of the process of cutting my hair and everything, and they actually responded back that they love getting letters and stuff like that, and they actually wrote me a specific letter. So I'm really hoping that when the wig is made, I will get to meet the person. I'm not sure if that will happen, but my fingers are super crossed. My full name has 4 names and has 31 letters in it. I have 3 names with 8 letters and 1 with 7. My go-to favorite junk foods are potato chips, ice cream, and Jell-O. My favorite foods are... Actually, I don't have any. I just love food. I'm not a picky eater, and I will eat anything that is put in front of me. Like if I'm going to a friend's house and they give me food, I will most likely eat it. However, there are things that I don't like spinach. I don't like spinach. I love fashion. I actually wanted to be a fashion designer when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I wanted to be the President of the United States, but my dreams were crushed when I realized that I couldn't be because I was an American. Well, that's that. That's 50 random things about me. You know the drill. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time. Adios, amigos.
When you kick out, kiss goodbye. I wanna keep the door because you make me cry, but it ain't gang.